Hi there! Today I thought I would share with you a little piece of advice that recently became very relevant to me again. It's something that my dad's been telling me for years, and due to a plumbing situation that we had at our home, it's kind of came up again and my dad reinforced it to me, so I thought I would pass it along to you. So about a week or so ago on a Sunday night, my husband and I were watching television and we started hearing kind of a strange noise and we couldn't exactly figure out where it was coming from. So the more that we started checking around, we realized that it was coming through our pipes. And then we sort of backtracked and realized that it was sort of coming from our garage and hot water heater area. It sounded like water running or the hot water heater continually running. We weren't sure what it was, but we knew it wasn't good. So immediately we started Googling and trying to figure out what was going on. So the first thing that we did was just turn off the water heater, turn off the gas, turn off the water, all that kind of stuff. That was the only thing that we knew to do, and we certainly did not want to call a plumber at like 9, 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. We knew that would be very expensive. So after we got everything shut off, we started researching it, kind of typing into Google the sounds it was making, kind of what we were describing was happening, and trying to figure out what was going on. Immediately we started figuring out this wasn't good. No matter what it wasn't good. I was reading through pages of stuff, my husband was too, and everything that we read was about gas leaks, the house exploding, the plumbing being bad, slab leaks, all these sorts of things. And my mind's racing. We're panicking, trying to figure out what we're going to do. But my husband checked the water meter, so we knew that we had stopped. Whatever was happening with the water, it was stopping. The meter wasn't running, so we kind of knew that we were okay to wait till the next day as long as we kept everything off. So we had to call a plumber out, and so the first one came and he sort of diagnosed the problem. Then he left, and after he left and kind of gave us his take on it, then all of a sudden as he's leaving the driveway, water starts bubbling up from the slab in our garage. So this is getting worse. I'm sort of freaking out. My husband's freaking out. And we call the plumber back, let them know what's happening, and they say, oh wow, this is bad, this is beyond our scope of work, you need to call this other company. So we're like, don't know what is happening at this point. So we call the other company, and this was on a Monday, and we describe what's happening. They tell us they think we have a slab leak underneath the slab in the garage, and that we need to turn off the whole water to the house, and they can't come out until Wednesday. So, I mean, besides, you know, it's inconvenient, obviously, you know, first world problem, it was just scary because we didn't know what was happening, but we knew it was something that was probably going to be expensive, and our main concern was that a ton of other neighbors in our neighborhood have had something similar happen, and they had to replace all the piping in their house, and that's very expensive to do. So that's immediately where our mind went, and it's racing and just going through all the possibilities. I highly recommend not Googling anytime something like this happens, because it's always worst case scenario, and there's a lot of fear mongers out there, and it's pretty scary. So I am telling you all this to tell you, I talked to my dad about this. It was describing what was going on, and this was in the time that the plumber had not, or the second plumber had not come out yet to give us their final diagnosis about what was happening. And my dad says to me, as he always does, Lynette, don't waste a perfectly good panic. And he's been telling me that for years. Anytime that I sort of get lathered up about something that I don't know exactly what's going on, and you sort of let your mind wander, you let it go run wild with all the worst case scenarios and everything else. And so I was like, you're right, I'm going to put this away. We have the water turned off. It's not leaking right now. There's nothing we can do until they come out on Wednesday. So I need to put this out of my mind so I can just focus on doing other things. And no matter what it is, we have to fix it. We don't have a choice. We can't live without water in our house, so we will handle it no matter what happens. So I guess I just wanted to pass along that little bit of advice to you, that if you get a piece of bad news and you don't know the whole story yet, don't waste a perfectly good panic on it. Just wait, allow yourself to get the full story first. Don't run with that. Don't start creating all sorts of imaginary possibilities in your mind about what could be, what might be. Really wait until you have all the facts, all the information, and then make a decision from there. You always have choices. You always have options. There are things that you can do, really in any case. And I know that you may be thinking, no, I don't have a choice in this, but there are always They may not be the best choices. They may not be the fun choices or what you want to do, but there are always choices. So I just was reminded of that, and when my dad reiterated it to me again, that just don't waste a good panic. Just wait. Just allow yourself to get all the information first before you go kind of making yourself crazy with all of the possibilities. So that is it. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.